Hey guys, once again, I want to thank you for your support in acquiring works from the Colocao Grimorio Goetia, which features a vast sequence with the 72 names of the demons, as well as from the Colocao Grimorium Virum Carpe Nicron. With this last, materials have already yielded over 100 videos featuring just a few of the demons, most of which are described in the 4th volume, Forgotten. There's a lot of material here, with plenty of content and activities to help you set up your left-hand coven, grotto, sect, or even a religion. It's a highly interactive experience. I truly appreciate all the readers who choose my electronic books and also read them through the borrowed option in Kindle Unlimited. I want to remind you that although it may seem like authors don't gain anything from this, the more people rent and read electronic books, the more we, the authors, are compensated for our work. However, if you rent a book and return it without reading it, neither you read them nor we, the authors, earn anything, now exclusively through KDP. It is through Amazon that you will obtain my works and those of many other authors who also offer you access through the same system, paying only a fixed monthly fee. In my case, several works that were previously only printed are already available, now converted to electronic books, which you can borrow through the Kindle Unlimited model and keep in your Kindle reader until you return them with other books by other authors. This way, you can get to know the material before deciding whether to buy it or not. One great thing about Kindle Unlimited is that you can put up to 20 electronic books in your account, but there's no limit to how many you can borrow and return. Of course, you can also exchange books by paying the current monthly fee. Once the month is over, you can pay for another month and borrow new electronic books. Remember, the monthly fee is for borrowing new electronic books, but you can take your time to read them without being obliged to return them as long as the monthly fee is in effect. Today's video is short but features a name that has already been explored before in Lucifer and Hidden Demons by Theodore Rose, whose work I am grateful for having available through his publication. I am continuing to expand the electronic book on pathworking for the Abramelin standard in Portuguese, Spanish, and English. Now, a new, unprecedented activity is available for you to enjoy even more of the practical pathworking material that you have already acquired. As proposed in the electronic book, you can find it here in
Chaos Magic Time.
Today's pathworking will focus on the name in code 6.03, which is explained in detail in the ebook or printed book. Before we delve into the activity, I would like to ask those who practice pathworking with Abramelin names whether you are interested in forming a group or community to share your experiences with the same names listed by Abramelin. I believe that sharing personal experiences about these activities can help others who are also practicing them to improve themselves. If you are interested in sharing your experiences, please send an email to teslademobox@gmail.com. Please note that it is important to avoid mentioning the real names of people involved for confidentiality purposes. As I now offer my works exclusively through Amazon for readers worldwide, I am in the process of translating my work Grimorio Necronomicon, or in English Grimoire Necronomicon, into both English and Spanish. I am grateful for the many units that people have already purchased, and so I will soon start making videos on this subject, as well as videos on pathworking. I wrote this magnificent work in 2010 but then focused solely on other projects, which was a mistake on my part that I intend to remedy. This is one of the books that I offer on Amazon, and I am pleased with the results of my exclusive dedication to the platform. Amazon has become one of the largest sales centers in the world, not only because it has acquired all the companies, but also because it has become a reliable platform with great prices for all companies that work on it. When I first decided to offer my books and ebooks exclusively on Amazon, I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to increase sales to the same wonderful level that I had with Edit or ebook 2. However, I am increasingly surprised by the growth of my participation, especially after paying attention to foreign language audiences. I recommend this platform to all authors. It's not an overnight success, but when you take the right actions, the results reflect every little change you make. The Brazilian public, many of whom have already purchased my works through the former publisher, seems to have agreed to exchange their acquisition of my works from the former publisher for the current KDP publisher. I was initially concerned about people not adapting to sales exclusively by credit card, but with the option to pay by debit card or in cash at their branch in Brazil, it has become much easier. I was also concerned about the cost of expensive shipping for large books. But after comparing the cost of works with the same size, with more than 600 pages in A4 size, I found that the cost of shipping is similar for Brazilian publishers as for KDP shipping through Amazon, even if the printed work comes from abroad, as the print quality is generally very good. It is worth investing in the same way. I really don't see any reason not to buy ebooks, as most of them cost a very low price. Much lower than what you would pay for electronic works at Hotmart and other sales platforms where the final unit price is much higher due to the resale structure among their subscribers. If you have any concerns about purchasing my works, please let me know via email at teslademerbox@gmail.com and I thank you. But let's move on to today's topic, as the video is short.
What is the name of this activity today?
So this new activity that I will pass on to you so that we can develop ourselves and our personal path on any topic today is unprecedented in the ebook and in the book Abramelin Pathworking Magic. I named it Passions Calibrated.
What it is?
Anyone who has ever felt passion for another person knows how important it is to boost more intimate involvements, especially when they are fueled by a strong mutual feeling. However, crises of the most varied natures usually cool down all the fire of passion that existed before, often causing relationships to cool down so much that, if there is no love uniting the couple or pair, it is difficult to maintain the relationship between them, whether they are boyfriends or even people who are marriage partners. It is difficult to carry on the relationship when the passion cools down. Unfortunately, everyday life tends to freeze what is already cold, and what was good tends to remain lukewarm, to the point of being able to even generate indifference and separation from the couple or pair. As the relationship matures, it is natural that what before you became involved was a mystery, becomes commonplace and loses the glow of surprise, so if driven only by the childishness of the newness in the relationship, naturally it is a vessel of the sail that sooner or later no wind drives anymore. When both focus only on news, some pairs or couples even invest in compliments for both of them to plug the growing dark hole of lack of novelty. But nothing more than an extra blow of sail in this vessel, and it ends when it becomes common again.
But how can a pathworking influence a relationship? More about the passion that unites the pair or the couple.
I know that we are very educated by fiction teaching what should be model relationships between us and the people we love. Many people are inspired by films or books, mainly fiction, believing that reality could be these fantasies of words, attitudes and postures towards the partner, but those who do so already start failing. Reality is not fiction, and any passion always comes down, but mainly to what we dedicate our love to in order to worry mainly about our own time invested in the relationship. Having sex with all the personal fire can be done with any prostitute, even with the ease of when the moment of your contract, or even the contact, doesn't take any more worries and go to your home. But passion is a different thing where, despite what fiction claims that we care about the other person, real life immediately also brings the concern of how long it will last. Yes, passion is with a delicious fruit that you buy, taste, but know that not all vintages and not all suppliers always offer the same quality, but that doesn't stop you from loving a flavor that some kind of fruit you love brings you. Passion comes to hate a fruit when some crop is bad, while love tolerates and waits for a better crop.
Why would I bother to insist on a passion that I know is over?
As 110% of couples who still have a good relationship show after at least 5 years of relationship, the secret lies in dealing with the relationship without the passion at the beginning, as it may be that the simple dedication that valued the relationship at the beginning is no longer enough for one reason or another. Sure, in cases where the dedication of one part to another is enough, congratulations. Keep it up. But there are few cases where that is enough. So many times, before a third person appears who encourages betrayal by one of the parties, one party or both can perceive the cooling of passion, but when they know the importance of the relationship, they can and need to continue, not just for children, not just for family, but for the well-being of both. Many films sell the idea that tourism, entertainment or leisure as a whole solves the problems of pairs and couples, but this escape shows exactly that it is nothing more than an escape from futile efforts. House built and messy doesn't fix itself from the outside in, but from the inside out. So this activity seeks that the path working with the 6.03 code demon can bring you possible options to reactivate the fire of passion for dedication from one part to another.
But it was always easier to give up than to strive to continue. Why not now?
I hope you finally understand that the relationship between two people is characterized by being difficult, so I believe someone warned you about this before you joined someone else. Not only economic difficulties, when one party is obliged to help the other partner, but mainly self-esteem problems, conflicts with other family members and difficulties that we didn't have in our solitary life. Multiply the difficulties, but at the same time, every victory we have giving attention to the other party is also the real value that drives us to fall in love with the person who is with us, not with the pleasure that the other person brings us. That's when love becomes stronger than the pleasure of passion. So it's in check whether we should dedicate ourselves to the most difficult, but most valuable, or bathe ourselves in the ease of solitude. You can then jump as many branches as you want when you are on the lonely path, but if you jump out in the face of the same difficulties, you will always feel like a person defeated by your own weaknesses. Thus, reactivating the power of passion can be an extremely powerful personal tool in a relationship that can dedicate all your feelings, whatever the cost. The more so when you can do it with the partner's understanding. Are you honestly in this together? Wow, then you both multiply your relationship bonuses by millions. Lonely, I know it's harder, but after all it's for a good cause. It's for both of you and your partner.
When I or the other partner in the partnership also have to dedicate ourselves full-time to the profession, or any way to earn our self-support, how can we reactivate the passion if we can barely get out of bed on our days off?
Are you thinking I'm a genius? I think now you can finally understand why these beings that many call demons are called by the Arabs as jinn, kindly dubbed by Westerners as geniuses, actually have a reason to be called that, or do you believe it's just a phonetic assimilation? How to do this you can find out with the 6.03 code demon. That's it, folks. This video was short, but finally, anyone who can help me abroad by also acquiring the ritual booklets. They are pocket-sized notebooks with blank or lined pages related to Goetia to keep writings exclusively on magic, while at the same time, portal to pathworking on the cover itself, so they already offer resources for your activities in this pattern. Just look for Notebook and Tesla DI Box, these pocket books, each on the cover with the sigil of one of the 72 diamonds of Goetia. So thank you for your presence and I wish you a great week. Hugs, we and